Tonight, Michigan State University on notice.
Who at Michigan State knew or was aware of what he was doing because they had been told by some of these victims?
The state's attorney general launching an investigation into the university that employed Larry Nassar, the former USA Gymnastics team doctor who dozens of women say sexually abused them.
These were young girls who were robbed of their innocence in the most tender of years.
The move comes after Michigan State's president and athletic director resigned after more than 100 young women spoke out during Nassar's sentencing.
Larry, to me, you are the worst type of person.
Among them, gymnast Lindsay Lemke, who says Nassar molested her hundreds of times.
I had all of my feelings to let out without him saying anything back. So by the end of the speech, I felt very powerful.
Michigan State would not comment on today's announcement, pointing to an earlier statement acknowledging failures at MSU, adding they have asked for the Attorney General to investigate and will cooperate. This as the remaining board members for USA Gymnastics announced they will all resign by next Wednesday.
Now they need to make a whole new plan of what they're going to do when something happens along the lines of sexual assault.
Now with added scrutiny on the university that also employed Nassar. Another turn in a scandal that has rocked the school and the world of gymnastics. Maya Rodriguez, NBC News.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.